Good morning, I'm Jules Roman, and today I am going to be doing a valuation on this house on Gantt Avenue. I just went and looked at it. I really liked it. I have a client who's interested in making an offer, and just in looking the listing here, I noticed that it has a total square footage of 2,100 and a square foot heated of 1,200. Now, I went and saw the house, and there is some finished space on the ground floor, which I have a feeling does not go into this calculation. So the house is great. I mean, it's a really nice house. It's very nicely finished inside. It's in a good location, and I think this house is a really good value. The thing that jumps out at me is this price of $201 per square foot, and that seems high for this neighborhood. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of recalculate that based on what I figured out the square footage to be. So the way I figure out the true square footage is I go over to the Sarasota County property appraiser, and all the time there is a drawing of the building. So I put in the address, I search for the address, and then I get a picture of the floor plan, and I can zoom in on this, and this will tell me, okay, so this is giving me a main living area and attached garage, and that's the downstairs. So that's the garage. It has the whole garage as 890, and then upstairs is 890. Upstairs, they have open porch area, and that's the stairway, and that's probably correct. So that does not come into the calculation at all. Over here is the laundry room on the ground floor, and then over here is an open porch area down below. So when I calculate, now there also is some living space that is carved out of the garage here. So there's a room that I'm going to say is about 160 square feet, and there's a bathroom in there which isn't probably calculated. So I'm going to calculate these numbers, and I'm going to kind of minimize this, put that over to the side, and just bring up Excel. Put this over here. So now I can kind of just do some quick calculations. So we have 890 upstairs. We have 72 upstairs. We have 153 upstairs. And then so upstairs is 1115. Now if I add 72 to that for this utility room, so now I have 1187, which is approximately what they have on the listing sheet. So if I go back to the listing sheet, they have a square foot heated of 1199, 1200. So I'm close enough. So that's how it's being arrived at. And so going back to that little drawing, now I also am going to add in, because they have a finished room and a bathroom downstairs, and I'm going to say that it's about this 10 by, I'm going to say it's 160 feet. So I'm going to add 160 feet to this. 160, and so I get, so now I have 1347 under air. And I'm going to go with that number. So that's a number I'm going to use in my calculation. So now let's go back and let's look at the neighborhood. So there's the property. I'm going to do a new search. Maximize this. A new residential search. And where this property is located, it's north of Palmer, south of Fruitville, and west of Cattleman. So it's kind of a interesting little area there, and there's some crummy homes and there's some pretty nice homes, and so it's very diverse. It's not a homeowners association. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look at the map, and I'm going to select my area first of all. So we are over here. Here's Honore, there's Cattleman, there's Fruitville, and there's Bahia Vista. So it is this neighborhood in here that we're pretty much going to look at. Palmer runs through the center. There's Palmer. I'm pretty much going to use this whole this whole area right here and see what I get, because I'm just looking. I mean, there's a fair amount of actives. The subject property is right here, 242, and so just zooming in on this. This guy is the subject, 242. We got a 279. These are properties are active, 267 and 199. So that's all great, but I'm interested in what has sold. So we're looking what sold, pending, and sold in the last 365 days. And specifically, I want to look at single-family homes. Now, this house is newer. It does not have a pool. Not that many of these homes will have a pool. It takes me down to 34. I still have a fair amount. So now I want to kind of narrow that range to look at houses that are, let's say, and I'm going to say it's 1364. So I'm going to say 1100 to 1600. Okay, maybe 1650. Let's see what that narrows this range down to. So now I have none. That's total bedrooms. That's because that's a lot of bedrooms. If it has 1,000 bedrooms, I'm going to put that in square foot heated. Okay, so now let's see what that does for us. Nothing. 18 matches. Okay. I'm going to go back to the map, see where these things are located. And ideally, in that north of Palmer would be even better. And they are all north of Palmer. I might even, because I have enough comps, I might actually bring this in a little bit and get rid of, well, it's all pretty much the same neighborhood. This is a good number of comps. So, again, the subject property is right here, so we have a sold right down the street. So now let's look at our results. And I'm looking at the results, and I want to look in the single line display first of all, and then I make sure I'm looking at them all. I do my statistical analysis. Okay, and last year I have 18 sold, I have 5 that are active, and I got 4 that are pending. So we don't have a lot of inventory. That's only about 2 or 3 months of inventory. Because that says that we sell a house and a half every month. We have 5, so we got 3 months of inventory, but there's 4 of them pending. So I'm sorry, 9 have sold, and there's 5 active. So we have about 6 months of inventory. So it's not that is pretty accurate. So let's look at the price per square foot. The sold price per square foot ranges from 94 to 169 on the high side. And I got to say, after looking at this house, it is very well done. It is definitely going to be on the super high side. Of the active properties, it is the highest. It's currently 201 per square foot. But remember, that's based on 1,200 square feet. And I'm saying that there is 1,360 square feet. So I'm going to kind of recalculate this. At the current ask price, at $347, current ask price is $242. $242. Okay, and that is equal to that divided by that. Okay, so we're actually at $180 per square foot. And based on the quality and the newness of this house, I mean, built in 2008, it's very reasonable that because it has hurricane glass, it's nice, and it's just really nice just looking at this house. So it's still a little above our highest sale in there at 169. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to look at that one comp and see how we got to 169. So I'm going to close this window. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to be back in my single line display. All right, so now I'm going to organize by price per square foot. Just change the display into a version that does show me price per square foot. And I'm going to look at the sell price per square foot. Come on. It's a little slow because I'm uploading the video right now to YouTube, so that is currently uploading the video that I just made moments ago. Okay. So here's the 167. It sold for $199. But this house was built in 1978. It was only 1,176 square feet. Just take a look at this and how does this house compare to it. And this is one block over on the street hand. Looks cute. Cute. That's Formica. That's not granite, so that's not a super high-end kitchen. So there's a big difference there. The wood floors look nice. You know, it's got lower ceilings because it's built in 1978. This has cathedral ceilings. That still stinks. It looks like it's been updated. Oh, it does have the little upstairs bonus room. It's got a shed, but that's not much of. It does not have a garage. Nice pavers, nice outdoor backyard. Okay, so it's fenced. So I'm going to say that this house is superior to this one, and this house sold for $167,000. I think I can actually justify the list price on this based on the quality, because what I would really do is, it was finished so nicely, I would make an adjustment to this price. Like, compared to that house, number one, I'd give them $15,000 for the garage. Okay, so as compared to that last house, if I were to subtract $15,000 for a garage, and the fact that its finishing was very, very good. I mean, they went above and beyond. I'm actually going to give them a $20,000 for the finishing. And so my adjusted price to make it similar to that comp would be $207,000. Now, $207,000 divided by that square footage equals that divided by that. Takes us down to $153 per square foot after I make that adjustment. So I gotta say, I think the list price is good on this. You know, it's a weird number, $242. Depending on financing terms, I think we should offer very near to that list price. The other measurable, when I go back to that statistical analysis, and I'm going to go back to my single line display, and my statistical analysis is the sell price to list price ratio. So when I look at these solds, I want to see what have they sold for relative to their list price. That gives you an indication. And here it is. This spells it right out. On average, these homes have sold for 99% of list price. There's been one that sold for 107% of list price, and there's been one sold from 89%. But on average, they've been selling at or near list. And so I'm going to say the $242 is a decent price. Anything below that is great, but that's how I value these properties. This is a good house, and that's how we're going to go ahead and make an offer on this, and we'll see if we get it. And I think I'm going to offer $240 on the button, a little discount, but I think that's very fair, because looking on the history, they just lowered the price, and that's another big factor. So when you look at the pricing history, they brought it on to $249 in January, and then they just lowered the price 5 days ago. So that's why, you know, I think it's a fair price. And there's a lot of people looking for houses that are nice, move-in condition like this. So I'm Jules Roman with Yorkshire International, and hopefully we sell this house. If you have any questions about this or any other property, or if you'd like for me to value your home, please call me 941-366-0000. And as always, thanks for watching.